Now the Prague city is a Dham, because the Lordship, Radha Gopinatha here. Now it was already a Dham because Gonitai was here, Krishna is here. Krishna is here for a long time, but he came in the form of Radha Gopinath. It's a special joy for the devotees. Special joy, and I feel myself very, very fortunate to have been able to be here and to assist this function together with you. And it is an inspired step of increasing the spirit of Prasad and Prabhupada's love for Czech Republic in the association of all you wonderful devotees who live here. Never be morose, rather think about how to give Krishna love to Czech, Slovakia and the rest of the world. Because last not least, we do not belong to this country or that country. That's only a temporary thing, but it's good for love. For loving the Czech people, it's good to feel, oh, I have a commitment with them. But we have a commitment with people everywhere who are looking for the way out of this material. So I also wish to always be helpful to you and your missionary activities in Czech Republic. And in Germany, of course, and the other countries we are also going to. Let's hope that very nice work is going to take place as the devotees get together and start worshipping Radha Gopinath with great joy. That's the real joy. That's why I was not exaggerating when I said yesterday this was the most auspicious day since the founding of the city of Prague. Not an exaggeration and not an audacity either. Maybe some Christian will say you are mad, but that's only because they don't understand that Jehovah and Krishna are the same. If they would understand, then they would immediately accept the same. Supreme Lord has come here. Has come here in the form of his most confidential pastime as the Lord of the Gopis. So the Rasa dance master of all, who personally employs Gopeshwar Mahadev as his servant, he has come to Czech. And just for legality, he's also known as Radha Prakishwar, so that people will have it beyond the shadow of a doubt. He is in charge. He is the supreme controller. And, well, let's see what he's going to control. In the end, it's up to him. We just know what Prabhupada wanted. He wanted Krishna consciousness in every town, in every corner in the world. Little oxygen. There's no water, there's no air whatsoever. Not this, maybe the next door. But open it. And this also. Because we are quite a few people here. No? The heat is on. So, and we have all the Srimad Bhagavatam in Czech.
In Czech we have 10 cantos.
10 cantos.
10 cantos translated. This is and whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's this is Madhya Lila.
Yes, they have worked very
new one.
New
one, just fresh.
Yes, they have worked very nicely, very hard to have Prabhupada's books in Czech language. I'm very proud. I'm proud because I started the Czech BBT. You know that?
No.
When I was temple president in Sweden, we had 2 new bhaktas who we brought in from our preaching, and they were Paramadvaiti and Turiya, both Czech. So then I wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada and told him, we have 2 new Czech bhaktas. And Prabhupada immediately answered me. He said, put them to translate. At that time in Sweden, we had the first translation department of Prabhupada's books into Russian, Hungarian and Czech. As a matter of fact, the first Russian Gita was translated there by Bhakti Abhay Narayan Maharaj, whose Russian was not perfect, but there was no Russian devotees yet, so it was the job to do, thinking about Russian. And of course he did Hungarian also. And Paramadvaiti and Turiya, Prabhupada, in that letter he wrote to me, what did Lenin accomplish? He said, any Gunda could have killed the Tsar. So what did he do? He said, communism spread by book distribution. By spreading their literature widely, they conquered so many parts of the world that people are like reading all these books. Then he said, so give those 2 boys facility so that they can translate my books into Czech as well. And I was in ecstasy, and immediately, next day when the letter came, the Czech BBT translation department was founded next to the Hungarian and Russian department in the basement of Grevgata. The basement you should have seen, it was a very, very big basement. And because in Sweden it's so cold, sometimes even in the basement some heat reaches. Not much, but some. So we had actually a very small temple. The temple was 20% and 80% was the basement. So we had the offices, the books, everything was down there, and the translation departments also. This basement filled up with books in all languages, Swedish, Danish, Finland, Finnish. So this is, I'm very proud that I was there. And then when I see that Chaitanya Charitamrita came out, the Bhagavatam is out in Czech language, my respect to the translators, my respect to the publishers, because this is not an easy thing to publish these type of books. And Prabhupada is going on and out. Now the problem is another. When I was out on Sankirtan, my godbrother and friend Akrura, we used to go out everywhere with the car from Heidelberg, and especially we went to Switzerland. And Akrura is a kind of an eccentric fellow. So I remember one time, he took one of Prabhupada's books and he was going, holding it out. The day must come that the people understand that what these books say is true. Because all we were doing, you know, we said, distributing books. And you say, what do we accomplish by that? No. So yes, book distribution, because that's how we finance printing the books, by selling the books, because so, when will people understand? Nowadays we have another phenomenon. The phenomena is that these books are all available on PDF. I don't know if Czech has it, if they have a folio already, a Czech folio. Anyhow, they are available in the form of a little disc. You can read all the books like we do in English. Now this is another phenomenon. Nowadays you don't have to sell the books anymore. The books are already there, they're available. You can even ask a computer to read them out for you once you have a digital file. And What we need now is to inspire people in such a loving way that they want to read Srila Prabhupada's books. That they want to know what Srila Prabhupada has to give and has said. That's our job. We don't even have to sell these books anymore. Of course, we have to have those books for those who want to read them in the book form. But the real task of preaching is not selling books. The real task is behaving in such a wonderful way that people will want to read Prabhupada's books. It's a new, when I was out on the street with all these other pioneers of Sankirtan, we thought if we don't sell these books, the whole world is going to die in Tamaguna, nobody's going to know anything about this great knowledge, and they're going to be lost. So in our compassion, in our idealism, we said, let's go and sell these books. But today things did change. Today we only have to do one thing. Behave in such a wonderful way that people want to read those books and want to take them seriously and want to apply them and want to join an ashram and want, even why do we do Hatha Yoga or inbound retreats or anything? Just to make people feel so comfortable and so welcomed. You can join here and then spend at least your vacation. Like my way of seeing is that every man must at least spend the weekend in the temple. And if that's impossible, at least his vacation. At least he has to spend some time in the temple to gain the appreciation, the feeling of what a God-centered life means in practicality. Sannyas life is not a joke. It's protecting the principle of a God-centered lifestyle. It's showing the glory of doing everything for Krishna. That is such a noble attempt. I want you to understand what Prabhupada did for us, because he was the foremost sannyasi. Foremost sannyasi because he did everything, like standing in line for the bathroom with his hippie followers. And a host of other unbelievable efforts Prabhupada made for us. He was the foremost of all the sannyasis, as far as the Kali Yuga goes and the impact created by one person in my life and your life. So he was foremost sannyasi. Even though he was able to move such large amounts of things, like Prabhupada's power is unbelievable. Prabhupada's huge temples he constructed, the books translated into all languages. Prabhupada is a very, very powerful, transparent medium of Sri Krishna. So I feel a little sad that we are leaving today. It is so pleasant here. We should actually do a week of Sankirtan marathon here. But now it's drawing to the end of the Christmas season, and we will stay with you in our hearts. And I pray Krishna will send some very good devotees to help, so that Yatimaj can also travel sometimes and not be only. Of course, Radha Gopinath knows what they want. No? They're in charge. We don't have to worry.